Hey everyone, and welcome to Row Reviews, my brand new review channel. And where better to kick things off than the latest adventure blockbuster of the summer, Disney's Jungle Cruise. Now for my reviews, we won't be talking spoilers unless it's a spoiler review, but the premise for this movie is a group of adventurers on the hunt for the legendary Tears of the Moon. And obviously this takes a huge source of inspiration from the original Walt Disney ride. And first and foremost, if you're a fan of the ride like me, don't worry, you definitely get a few homages along the way, and they will absolutely bring a smile to your face. Now the cast of characters are all here for the movie. The strong reluctant hero, Frank the Jungle Cruise skipper, the stubborn determined female, Lily the Lara Croft of the past, through to the useless brother and even the smarmy villain to round them all out. And straight off the bat, I have to say this movie is extremely well cast. All of the characters are great in their roles right from the very beginning. And the start of this movie is incredibly strong. In fact, the whole first third or so is fantastic. I was envisaging this being the new generation's Indiana Jones, and it well could be. It really was as good as you can get in setting up a brand new adventure ensemble, introducing you to the characters in a quick and clear way, while wasting no time in setting up the journey they must all undertake. I've heard people remark the main characters bear a striking resemblance to the Mummy crew of old, the hero, the sister and the brother. And yes, I can definitely see that. But let's be real here, you're going to get no knocking of the Mummy from me. Those two movies were fantastic adventure flicks. If it's not broke, don't fix it. We're just not going to talk about the Mummy 3. Now this is a movie for the new ages, so gone is the helpless damsel in distress, and instead we have a strong and capable female lead, who gets the upper hand easily as much as she doesn't. And it works. It just works. Again, perhaps due to the great job of casting, because Emily Blunt absolutely owns her character. The chemistry between her and The Rock just leaps off the screen. The interplay between these two is by far some of the best dialogue in the movie, and it's really their relationship that carries the emotional journey of the movie along. However, things aren't quite as stellar all the way through, particularly when things begin to go a little more supernatural with the villains. It felt like to me the introduction of this just wasn't really needed. Like I said, this was about the best beginning to an adventure film that I've really seen in a long time. Probably all the way back to Nick Cage's first National Treasure film. I just think Jungle Cruise really didn't need to add this extra element so heavily. Don't get me wrong here, it didn't ruin the film at all. It just adds an extra layer I don't think it needed. Almost like it didn't quite know if it wanted to be Indiana Jones or the Pirates of the Caribbean. So it tried to meet in the middle and do both. And the same could be said for the soundtrack. The main theme is easily recognizable and enjoyable. I could definitely see it becoming one of those mainstay franchise scores. It's got the theme that all adventure movies need to have. However, there's just one or two scenes where the dramatic music starts to overpower the action a little. It may have been better served if it just stuck to its mainstay adventure score. However, honestly, with these minor gripes aside, this movie is still a really enjoyable watch. Just don't take it too seriously. It's not trying to be anything other than a fun family adventure time. And the Jungle Cruise perfectly succeeds in being that. The cast is great, particularly Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt. And yes, the beginning is stronger than the middle, but overall it is most definitely the family movie of the summer to me. I don't know how they can do a sequel or two without ruining the formula, because the Jungle Cruise vibe works, But if they can return to it somehow, maybe a return to the Amazon or the deepest jungles of Africa, I would most definitely look forward to watching that. For me, Jungle Cruise absolutely gets a thumbs up. Watch it on your own or with the family and you will have a very enjoyable time. But with that said, what did you think? As always, drop your thoughts in the comments below. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. With that said, I am off and I'll see you all again real soon.